I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to talk about ASUS RS500A-E11-RS12U. Let's get going. Alright, thanks for stopping by to learn a little bit more about the ASUS RS500A-E11-RS12U. Do us a favor if you find anything that helps in this video, click that like and smash that subscribe. Alright, let's go ahead and hop in. We're going to go over a general overview in this video. It's going to cover CPU, RAM, drives, RAID. We're going to talk about network cards. We're going to talk about power supplies and a bunch more. So if you're looking for a AMD Milan solution, you've stumbled across a good one, and we'd definitely like to help you with your journey and trying to choose the right AMD Milan solution for you. Do us a favor and email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. We build ASUS, ASRock, Gigabyte, Supermicro, and a bunch more, so we'd love the opportunity to help you build your Milans. All right, so that being said, the most important feature is the AMD Milan for this chassis. There's going to be one CPU inside, which again is going to be the AMD Milan, so that's the 7003 series. Now technically you can still throw in a ROM, for instance, if you wanted to, and it's still going to work because it's the same exact socket, and it's going to be your SP3 socket. And that being said, people ask us all the time, hey, what CPUs do you recommend? And really, it depends on what your application is and what you're trying to do. And of course, if you have any licensing restrictions as far as your core counts. But we like to break it down into three categories. So we have our low end, our value, and our high end. And really, it's kind of self-explanatory. The low end is going to be your more budget-friendly. The value is going to be stuff that's still budget-friendly, but it's going to get you a little bit more bang for the buck. And then you have the high end, which is basically going to be the best processor in the series. And so there's a bunch of them that you can see on our chart here. So as you can see, a lot of good choices. My personal favorite is the 7713 right now. It's a 64-core proc. Yes, it's high-end, but the prices of Milans have come down now that Genoa and Bergamo are out. So really, this is a great solution. And again, if you're looking for any, hey, drop us a line. That brings us to memory. It takes DDR4 memory. There's 16 DIMM slots inside. It takes a number of different speeds, 2666, 2933, or all the way up to 3200. It takes a number of different DIMM sizes, 16 gig, 32 gig, 64 gig, 128 gig, or all the way up to 256 gigabytes. There's two types of RAM you can put inside here. You can use ECC Registered, known as an RDIMM, or load reduced, known as an LRDIMM, which means the max that you can put inside here is 4 terabytes using 16 256 gigabytes. So yes, you can make this a very, very beefy system, and with an AMD EPYC inside, that's going to be a very powerful and a great performing system as a whole. Alright, so let's talk about the drives. This is a 12-bay small form factor chassis. It's tri-mode, which means it uses NVMe, SATA, or SAS. So you can use all that you want there. Now, of course, with the SAS, I do want to note you need to have a RAID controller inside, and we'll talk about RAID here in a second, but with SAS, you do need to have a RAID controller and the proper cabling for it. So with the NVMe SSDs, you can get 30.72 terabytes per, and if you put that into 12 slots, that's incredible scalability. It's going to be 12 gigabit per second, so it's going to be fast, and it's going to be highly scalable, and honestly, right now, it's even lower price point than SATA and SAS. In the future, that can change, but as of today, right now, NVMe is the best price per gigabyte, which is funny because it was always more expensive, but SAS and SATA have come up so much. NVMe is actually even cheaper, so you're getting the best possible product for the best price point. So NVMe is the winner to me, and it is PCIe 4.0 for this gen, which will be a U.2 2.5 inch, okay? Now with a SATA SSD, you get up to 7.68 terabytes per, and it's going to be 6 gigabit per second, and right now actually costs a little bit more than the NVMe. So, you know, nothing against the SATAs. I'm a big SATA fan as a whole, but NVMe right now is just going to be more scalable, faster, and cheaper. So to me, NVMe is the way to go. Now you can go to SAS SSDs, and with SAS, again, you're going to need the right RAID controller. In SAS, you can get 15.36 terabytes, so it'll be more than the SATA, but less than the NVMe, and it is actually tied with the NVMe, and it's going to be 12 gigabit per second, so it's pretty fast as well. But SAS right now is really expensive. The price has gone up drastically over the last few months. So really, again, NVMe is the winner, so those are your choices. And one last thing I want to note is you can put in two M.2. They will be 2280 in their PCIe 4.0, but you can drop in two M.2 NVMe's, which will be great for boot drives, especially if you're planning on dropping some 30 TB NVMe's in the front. You can drop some 4 TB or 3.84s if you want, and make a nice, easy boot drive in the back. So let's go ahead and hop into the next one. All right, so let's quickly go over RAID. So RAID, we're going to put up a chart here of the compatible, most of these are going to be LSI cards, and they're all compatible on ASUS's website. Now, there's really going to be other compatible RAID controllers. This is just what has been validated by ASUS. So hey, if there's something that you like, that you've been using, drop a comment down below. I'm sure other users would love it. Really, that's one of the points of this video, is to have a nice hub for people to share information and to help make decisions on, you know, what chassis they like and what solutions they like, right? So that being said, here's a good chart with some good information that you can go over, and, you know, pause it right now if you want to, you know, use this as a way to select your choice. So, all right, let's go over network cards and network options. So built in, there's going to be two 1 gigabit RJ45, which is another way of saying Ethernet. That's okay, but that's not really going to be for most robust applications, especially if you're beefing this thing up and you're really wanting to, you know, put a bunch of storage, and you already got a great proc. You've got, you know, the 7713 in there, and you've, you know, maxed out the RAM. You don't want two, you know, 1 gig RJ45. So really, you're going to want to use something else. There's also a built-in management port for your IPMI. So those are your three built-in slots, but there are 3 PCIe slots and an OCP 3.0. So that's really what you're going to want to use. And for the 3 PCIe slots, they're going to be 2 low profile, 1 high profile, and then again the OCP 3.0. So that'll be great for you to add in basically just more network card options as a whole. All right, let's go over the interfaces. You can use RJ45, which is the most common, and you know, we mentioned already Ethernet, SFP, SFP+, SFP28, QSFP28, and QSFP56. So there's a lot of different interfaces that you can use, but those are your options. All right, let's talk speed. So you can use 1 gigabit, 10 gigabit, 25, 50, 100, or all the way up to 200. So yes, there's a lot of good speeds and a ton of options that you can use. And nowadays, some of the 100 gigs have actually come down quite a bit. So you can get 100 gigabit for substantially cheaper than what it used to be. I mean, they used to be $1,000 plus cards. So now you can get some of the stuff for a much more reasonable price. And one of the things that I should also mention is that you can use PCIe 3.0 or 4.0 for this system. All right, let's go over the power supplies. There's 2 redundant hot swap 800 watt power supplies. So nothing too much going on there, but there's 2 800 watt redundant power supplies. All right, so last but not least, we have supported operating systems. So Windows Server is at the top, which is going to be 2019 and 2022. You have VMware ESXi 8.0 and the new versions of it. You're going to have Red Hat and Ubuntu, and there's some great operating systems that you can use, but these are all the supported operating systems according to ASUS. Hey, if you made it this far, do us a favor, click that like, smash that subscribe, and again, if you're looking for any custom-built servers, if that's AMD, Rome, Milan, Genoa, Bergamo, we would love the opportunity to help you with your journey and finding the right server. Please email us at sales@cloudninja.com. That's sales@cloudninja.com. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Take care.